me tell you, patience and compassion will get you so far in life. I just had this big catering order. I don't know if you can tell. Let me show you. I got this. It's not that big, but it's 3 bags. But they were not ready whenever I got to the restaurant. And so, got me a little fortune cookie. And let me show you what this fortune cookie say. Hold on. What's happening, fellow tradesmen? Coach K here. And before we dive into the nitty gritty, I want to let you know that you deserve to be right where you are. You've put in the work, you've passed all the tests, and now it's time for you to live in your truth. I'm going to be talking about imposter syndrome today, so sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Very soon. Y'all see that, right? Bam. Got a whole meal. And part of that is because I was patient. I didn't rush the workers, and I just allowed them to do their job so that I can get in and get out of there. So now I gotta rush on over a little bit. As y'all can see, it's pouring down, raining. Got rained on everything, but I gotta rush on over to the actual delivery, drop off these people food, and then I have a one-on-one with one of my peers. So I'm gonna go link up with them for lunch, ironically. So this, what I got here, will be dinner. So let me focus on the road because it's raining, and I'll see y'all in a little bit. Like my rollie? Obviously this is not a rollie. This is a TikTok watch. But I want to talk about imposter syndrome right now. And I think a couple of years ago, actually, I did a video about imposter syndrome. And so I'm gonna try to find that video, and I'll put those clips in right here. Imposter syndrome. What is it? How it affects us, and how can we overcome it to continue to share our light with the world? According to my research, imposter syndrome is a psychological phenomenon where individuals doubt their accomplishments and fear being exposed as a fraud. It is common among high achievers and can especially be prevalent in the spiritual community, where we often feel the pressure to be perfect or enlightened. So let me know, have you experienced imposter syndrome? If you have, how did you manage to overcome that? If you're here at this video, you may be trying to overcome that, trying to figure out steps that you can do that, or you may be someone who has recently overcome imposter syndrome. So I want us to engage in the community. Let us know in the comments below how and what has been your experience with imposter syndrome, if any. And in the meantime, I'm going to give you some of the tips I've used, and some of the tips is from my research of how you can overcome imposter syndrome. Number one, you want to practice self-compassion. Remember that your spiritual journey is unique, and your perspective and is valuable, not only to you, but to those within your community. So you don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to make sure you have all the answers for someone else's life. Your life is different from others. Your perspective is unique, and it's important. So practice self-compassion. Number two, you want to embrace your uniqueness. Remember to be kind to yourself and show yourself the same love and compassion, and follow the same advice that you would give to a friend or a community member that is in a similar situation. Most importantly, recognize that everyone makes mistakes, everyone has doubts, and everyone has moments of insecurity. You don't have to take that on and live with that and carry that with you every single step of the way. Number three, you want to surround yourself with support. Like-minded people who you can connect with, who uplift you and encourage you. You want to also share your successes, share your struggles with them, and allow their support to help you to grow. I think this step 4 right here is going to be one of the most important ones. And this is to remember why you started creating content in the first place. Think about the impact of the lives that you want to touch, rather than seeking validation and approval from others. The way that I did this is I really had to go back to why I started this channel. And it was, yes, to share my journey but was also to go through my own journey. And what was happening was I was trying to capture everything as it was happening. So I wasn't allowing myself to process through those things. And then it was like, is this me? Is it not me? All this other stuff. So one of the things I did is I just went back to the drawing board. I turned my gaze inward and I continued on my journey off camera, right? Because that your off camera life is more important than this on camera life. Yes, we're building a community. Yes, this is a safe space, but you want to make sure that you are in a safe place. You are in a healthy, mindset in order to share your journey. Number 5, celebrate your accomplishments. Whether it's big or small, just recognize and acknowledge how far you've come, as well as recognize the impact that you have had with your community and those around you. Like I said, not just those that we're connecting with here on YouTube, but those that you're connecting with in your life. I've been able to be a part of several different groups where I'm able to see my impact in real time, because that was another thing that kind of, had my spirits down. It was like I wasn't seeing the impact, I wasn't seeing the engagement, but that's because I was focused on the wrong thing. So remember, celebrate your accomplishments and realize just how far you've come. You want to embrace the fact that everyone is always learning and growing. So you actually want to keep learning and growing, helping to enrich the content that you're able to share with your audience by actually going through your own personal journey. So embrace the fact that you're always evolving and learning. Number 7, this is another good one. This is the last one, and that is to trust your intuition. Listen to that inner voice within you, because it's always there to guide you, helping to direct you, and allow you to make decisions that align with your values and your purpose. So trust your intuition. It will never steer you wrong. It's always going to be that voice in your head that's telling you to keep going, telling you to turn right, warning you when something may be ahead that you can't see yourself. So remember to get to know yourself, get to know your intuition, get to know how your body feels in certain situations, in certain environments, and learn to trust those things that you're sensing around you. So the question becomes, why? Why does imposter syndrome impact content creators in general? As I mentioned, we're often sharing our personal journeys and insights with the world, which can leave you feeling like you're not enough, like you're not good enough, or you don't have the right to share your wisdom with the world. And I found myself emulating other creators, other people who inspired me, other mentors. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with emulating some of the things that you see. But after a while of you doing that, you can kind of get lost in the emulation rather than who you are. What is your perspective? What are your views, and what is it that you are learning, unlearning, and all those things. So I went through this where I really felt like what I was sharing wasn't who I was, but it was me all along. It was just me exploring and expressing how I was feeling in those moments. But I recently heard this as well, that not every thought is meant to be shared. And so when you're going along the spiritual journey, you got to know those boundaries, because it's a very fine line in between sharing your personal journey and what that looks like for you. So that was my personal experience. Overcoming imposter syndrome is a process, and it's essential that you are patient with yourself through this, or as you work through it. Remember that your experiences is important to the rest of us in this community as well, and your unique perspectives are valuable. It has been a whirlwind of a day, and now it feels like I'm in the trenches out here, but I'm about to go to this little lunch, and I'm going to this place called East Cut Sandwiches Bar, or East Cut Sandwich Bar, over here in Raleigh. So let me figure out where I'm going, because I ain't never been here before, and then I'm gonna show y'all what I'm eating, and then I'll see y'all afterwards. It's raining today, so I'm probably finna find somewhere to be indoors because ain't no delivering and whatnot in this weather, at least not for me. I don't do that there. So let's go. Lunch was a success. Way more than what I could have asked it to be, and I'm excited for the future of that connection. You'll probably hear more about that as the weeks continue on. But right now, before I jump into another quick little story time about my experience with imposter syndrome, I wanted to remind you that your mental health, whether you're dealing with imposter syndrome, anxiety, depression, any of those things, it is very important that you reach out to someone that can walk you through the steps of recovery and identifying the symptoms and the causes of what you may be going through. So whether that's a friend, counselor, therapist, whatever it is, make sure you're talking to someone who can actually help you through this. And yeah, let's get back to the video. I didn't know y'all was here. I didn't know. Just decided to pop in. So let's talk about it. I'm gonna get to the park, go find a park, and then talk to y'all about my thoughts on imposter syndrome today. You just got a glimpse on how I felt about it a couple of years ago, and so it's resurfacing. So let's get into it right now. I was passing by this state park, so I decided to come out here. I think it's a huge river, so let's go for a little walk and talk about this. So at this particular moment, I haven't reviewed the footage of how I felt about imposter syndrome a few years ago, but I'm talking about how I feel about it now. And pretty much, what is imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome is feeling like you don't have the experience, the know-how, the knowledge, or the authority to be where you are. It's a rough guesstimate of what imposter syndrome is. I'll pop it on the screen, the official definition. And so with that being said, for those of us who are solopreneurs and entrepreneurs and we're new in the game, or maybe we've been in the game for a couple of years, a lot of times we still can face bouts of imposter syndrome where we feel like we don't know everything we need to know. We don't understand all the aspects of the business that we're trying to run. However, that doesn't mean you're an imposter. That means you're learning. That means you're in a phase of your career where you're in trial and error, you're exploring. So yeah, that's pretty much what I feel about imposter syndrome right now. Ways to overcome imposter syndrome. Just go for it. Much like I am right now. I couldn't find the trail. I didn't want to walk too far along, but somehow found it, and now we're on the trail. Look at that. Wow, this feels so surreal to be out here just floating above the water. And a lot of times I think that's what imposter syndrome feels like. Like you're just floating in an environment, in a space that you know you belong in and you know you have the skills for, but because you don't have that much experience, you feel lost or you feel insecure. And because I have this bridge here, I have the confidence to step out over these waters and embark on whatever it is that is necessary to reach the goals with integrity, with confidence, with freedom. And so With those things, I think you can overcome imposter syndrome. You may be wondering why you haven't found the mentor, why you haven't been able to find the coach. And the truth is, you're the mentor, you're the coach. You have experience. You may not have the certificates or, you know, all these credentials and things like that, but you have life experience that will allow you to overcome any obstacle as you come to it. And from my personal experience, I've reached out and I wanted to be coached and mentored by individuals. But once I got past that paywall, I learned that on the other side, they weren't giving me too much more information than what I already knew. And that was a point when I realized that I'm the coach, I'm the mentor, and there's someone out there who is at a level where I was. And so that's who you need to mentor. That's who you need to be coaching, or those who are coming up along the path of where you once were. So you may not be at the top, but you're no longer at the bottom either. And you're somewhere in the middle. And there's someone who wants to be or desires to be where you are. There's someone who needs to hear the experiences that you've had. So release that. Release that imposter syndrome. Release that feeling of you're not enough. You don't have it all together. Because at the end of the day, we're all figuring it out. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Read that again. Read that again. Read that again. What'd you say? What the email say? What the email say? Hold on. Hard work and persistence. What the email say? Tell me again. What it say?
Okay. So this is from Stephanie.
Okay.
She's on the editorial staff. She said, hi. I'm on the editorial staff of Weither Raleigh magazine, and I'm working on interviews with hidden gems from around Raleigh and the surrounding areas. Mama Kai thought you would be a great fit for our Inspiring Stories series. We're excited to learn more about you and share your story with our readers. There is no cost involved, but of course we'll need some of your time for the interview. I'm sure our readers would love hearing your story, and many would benefit from learning your experiences. Thanks, Stephanie.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe this. I still can't. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Let me go deliver this order one time so I can celebrate. Hold on. One time. Well, I'll be right back. Y'all, I cannot believe this hard work and persistence. I've always known that I was going to be a household name. And now I'm about to be in a magazine. And I used to wonder, how do people get in magazines? How do they get recognized for these different things? And I was nominated. So, whew, all right, I got to see what's the next steps. I don't know, but I just had to share this info with y'all because I am so excited. I don't even know what to do. Thank you, Lord. Oh my gosh. So what's the next steps? What we got to do? Email them back?
Okay. Yeah, reach back out and I guess schedule a time.
Oh my gosh, now I gotta get. Whew. This is so
I feel
wild.
Like he does photo shoots. He does what? He probably is. He's worked with people on photo shoots. Yeah.
Oh, like hairstyling and all that. What we gonna fly to Houston? What the heck?
No, I'm just saying a consultation would help, like what we need to prepare for, what he think. You know, I feel like he be in this industry. You know, he know, or maybe. Let me call my bro. Let me call him. Know some people.
Let me call him.
Reading the story of the founders, it says our goal is for people to spend more of their money with mom and pops, local artists, creatives, and makers, rather than with large, one-shape-fits-all corporations.
I love it.
We think if people knew more about the lives, journeys, struggles, values, and background stories of the local business owners, artists, etc., they would be more engaged with them and more likely to do business with them and support them in other ways. We believe the best way to do that is to help get the stories of local hidden gems out there. Because once people get to know each other at a deeper level, we are confident our communities will become even closer and more supportive.
I love it. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. And the thing is, like, they're not marketers, they're not journalists, they don't know what they're doing, but they got the funds to do it.
Yeah. And I was just talking about this in the yesterday when I told you I went to the lake to do a recording. It was like imposter syndrome. It's like a lot of times we'll be like, oh, I don't know how to do this, I don't know what to do. But the key is, before those who do it knew how to do it, they had to learn, and they didn't know what they was doing. So yeah, that's wild. But I think that's so beautiful. Thank y'all for tuning in. And remember, you never know where this journey of life is taking you. So stay positive, embrace the highs and the lows. And yeah, I'll see y'all next video.